If he can walk up to me, pull it out, and stick it in his mouth, I had a problem with that. Aaron, you ever gonna get off my nipples?
No.
Never?
Mm-mm.
Never ever?
My heart away from money. I ain't interested in fame, and I pray that never change. Ambition is priceless. It's something that's in your veins, and I put that on my name.
Hi guys, I love you. Love you.
Hey Rich Squad, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, please subscribe down below. If you guys watched my last breastfeeding video, then you've seen that I had a very difficult time breastfeeding. But I am so proud to announce that we are no longer breastfeeding. Woo! Look, you don't even want me no more. Look at that, you want to eat? Here. Here, puppy. Mommy got some boop for you. You don't want it? I guess he don't want it. Boop, does he? Yes, so I would love to share all of the tips and tricks that I did to get my hard toddler to stop breastfeeding. Please continue to watch this video if you would like to see those tricks. So tip number 1. Yes, so tip number 1, you have to be absolutely sure that you are ready. Not this person, not that person, not anyone else but you. You have to make sure that you're ready to stop breastfeeding, because it's mentally a piece of work, you guys. Like, it's gonna be hard in the beginning, but you have to be strong, and you have to make sure that this is something that you're okay with, you know? Like, nobody else is making these decisions and having to live with them but you. So that's the first tip of advice that I can give. Make sure that you and your baby are ready. Even if your baby's not ready, still do it. Tip number 2. Tip number 2, if you have a partner, please utilize that partner. Use your partner. Your partner is going to be your best asset right now, because they're going to be the ones to come in and swoop up the baby when it's time for naps, when it's time for feeding, when it's time for cuddling, when it's time for all those things that you and your baby used to do. Your partner is going to have to take over. And ladies, wait, if you don't have a partner, it's okay. You have a grandma, you have an uncle, you have a sister, you have a cousin, you have another sibling, right? You have someone. But if you are a single mother, it's okay. You can still do this, but you're gonna have to be strong and not give in to your baby asking to nurse. Okay, you got it. Tip number 3, distraction, ladies. Distraction is very important. So you have all these toys around, right? Why not utilize them to help you stop breastfeeding? Distract your baby. Get a sippy cup. My son, honestly, he only drank water and juice out of his sippy cup. He never wanted any other milk besides my own. So giving him milk wasn't an option. It just wasn't. I just had to give him water at night because we co-sleep. That's another thing. I'm gonna get into that later. So if you need help with that, you need to just distract. Take your baby outside, play with your baby, sing to them, dance. Anything you can do to distract them from wanting to eat. Give them food, snacks, anything, cup, anything. Like, anything helps, you know? So make sure you do that in order to get your baby off of the boot. So tip number 4. Now, this is, to me, one of the highest, most important tips. You have to be very consistent. Consistency is key. Consistency is key, ladies. So you don't want to give your baby, like, say no to your baby this day, and then the next day you want to be like, okay, like, what would it hurt? Because it's going to hurt your baby in the end. It's going to make it a lot harder for you to not breastfeed anymore if you aren't consistent. So for me, I was very tough on my baby. I had to be tough on myself mentally. I was ready. I looked at all the YouTube videos just like you're doing right now. I freaking searched on Google. I asked my doctor. I was just so over it. Like, I know I looked ridiculous in that last video.
Down all week, Mama's gonna give you a strength.
Yeah, so I didn't want that anymore. I felt like he was too big of a kid to be on me. Like, I get it, 3-4-year-olds still breastfeed, and I'm not against that. But personally, me being a working mom and having to go to school and do other things, I think that it was just a lot harder for me to consistently keep that kind of lifestyle up. So I just had to stop. And my baby's 18 months. A little insert. So yes, ladies, be consistent, be strong. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna want to feel like you're gonna crack under pressure. You're gonna want to give in, but don't. There's a bigger goal at the end of the road. I promise you. And now I want to give you guys a little bit of advice. What happened to me after I stopped breastfeeding. So my son and I, we co-sleep every night. So he sleeps with me in the bed. So it's a lot harder to stop breastfeeding at nighttime, especially when it's just so easy for you to just pull it out and give them just feed them at night. So for me, what I did was I utilized my partner, and then I also had a cup right by the side of our bed. So whenever my baby will be like, mommy, thirsty, I would just give them the cup, and I would tell him it's empty. I would tell him it's empty, and I would tell him no more. And if you think that your baby don't understand that, they do. They understand a lot of things, guys. You're gonna be like, oh, they don't know what empty means. They don't know what no more means. But they get it. They understand. They're gonna be sad. They're gonna cry. But it's okay. They're gonna be okay. Just give them something to supplement that at nighttime. And if you can't handle it, hand the baby over to your partner, step out, take a deep breath, and go back in. It's gonna be fine. They're gonna cry. My son cried the first night for a good hour, but I was very adamant about not giving it to him. You can cry with them if you want. You can rock them. You can soothe them. I said, shh, 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 shh. I promise this helped. This helped the most. Shh, 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 in the ear. Shh, 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 shh. It's okay. It's okay. Good night. My baby went to sleep, you guys, and I was like, what the heck? Because I always ask my husband, like, how do you put him to sleep without the boob? I didn't know how. I've never put my baby to sleep without breastfeeding anything. Just breastfeeding was just the easiest thing to do. Like, whenever he was hurt, whenever he was hungry, whenever he was sick. What happened, baby? Yeah, like, breastfeeding was just the easiest option to do besides giving them a cup or soothing them. I just would, anywhere. We'll be on the toilet. Like, I can show a little inserted clip. Here, puppy. Yes, that's me breastfeeding my baby while I'm sitting on the toilet. What can you do? I breastfed in the shower. I breastfed everywhere. That was another thing for me to stop breastfeeding. I didn't like breastfeeding in public. Like, I didn't mind it. I didn't care what nobody said. I'm gonna feed my baby. That's just me. I didn't care about what anybody thought of me. I didn't care about any of that. It was myself. I was just like, nah. If he can walk up to me, pull it out, and stick it in his mouth, I had a problem with that. I was just like, no, baby, why are you doing this to me? Like, that is so weird. That's so weird. Huh, Dada? Say hi to everybody. He don't care about me no more. And that's what happens. You're going to think that you and your baby grow closer. It's sad. And you're going to cry. And you're going to be like, why doesn't my baby want me anymore? But they're growing up. They're growing up. Oh, big importance. This is very important. So you know how... I got a text message. Hey, baby. So this is the most important part that was for me. So if you let down a lot, if you engorge a lot, if you produce a lot of milk, ladies, let me tell you, it's going to suck for the next couple of days. Suck. And what I did is I went through it. I went through it. Like, I went through it for a couple of days because I produced a lot of milk, so my boobs were on 10. They were on fire to the point where my back was hurting. My sister was sending me a post saying that putting lettuce on it helps. Getting in the shower and just going like this, letting all the milk come out. I didn't have time for none of that. I didn't do none of that. I mean, ladies, you guys can try it. You can research some things, but I didn't do anything. I just went through the pain, ladies. I just went through it, and it took a good 3 days for my boobs to be like, oh snap, she's not feeding that often, so I don't need to produce as much, you know? So that happened. That's very important to know, that your boobs are gonna hurt for the first couple of days after nursing, very much so. But you can try those home remedies. They say to pump it out, but I feel like if you're pumping it out, then your body's still thinking that you still need to produce the milk, and it's like, no, I'm done breastfeeding. I don't. So I just let it be. I literally let it be. I would leak. I had a bad leaking problem, but that's another story. So I just had to stick with it, I guess. So let's recap really quick. So tip number 1, right? Making sure you are ready. And tip number 2, making sure that you have a partner, somebody, spouse, auntie, grandma, to help you out with those hard days. Tip number 3, being having a distraction. Always remember that. Remember, distraction is very important. Tip number 4. What was tip number 4? Consistency, right? Being consistent. You definitely have to be consistent. Don't give in, because we're stronger than that. We're very strong. We have these humans, so we can raise them to be the people that we need them to be. Like, look at this little girl. While I'm making a video. Right? I can't do nothing. Yeah, those are the most important tips. Just know that your boobs are gonna hurt for the next couple of days after you stop. You can like rub them down if you want to. You can have your husband, your partner, boyfriend, fiance massage them. My son, he likes to sleep with his hand touching my boobs sometimes still, and I find it very okay right now, because whatever helps get them to not nurse anymore, I am totally fine with that. And I'm sure your partner's not gonna have a problem helping, because I'm sure he wants your boobs back too. Yes, if you guys have any more comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. This was a highly requested video from me. I'm so proud that I have over 200 followers. So thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. I am so happy. This is only the beginning. If these are the type of videos that you guys like, these are the ones that I'm going to produce. Seriously. So please ask me questions, and I will definitely answer them. If I left anything out, let me know, and I will get back to you with another video. Thank you, Rich Squad. Have a blessed and amazing, happy, no breastfeeding day. Remember, stay strong. You got this. You got this. I promise.